Hey everybody, I was thinking about way back when, back in the 70s and 80s, when D&D first came out, and when wargaming was kind of a thing, and I liked doing those things. And then I got to thinking about what my first actual campaign world was that I DM'd from scratch. It was a planet called Dragonslair that actually became the basis for a Wicca tradition much later. But this campaign, I created it from scratch. Made maps of the world, made maps of the different areas in the world where it was populated, came up with all the sentient humanoid people that populated along with humans. One was the mare people, which were like Tritons, only both male and female. They looked human. They had fins at their ankles and fins on their arms to enable them to swim better, and gills on their neck. And they were amphibious, so they could be on land as well as in the water and survive either way. And then, of course, there were the elves and the different Feywild. And there was one that was descended from the Native American Indians, but had intermarried into another race on another planet where the people had come on their journey from Earth to Dragonslair. And the Metazoids was what they were called. And you could tell from the color of their skin and the shape of their faces that they were descended from the Native American. Then there was a couple of mountain ranges that were real prominent. One really beautiful one called the Crystal Mountain Range. And it was called that because gemstones and semi-precious stones grew there in veins and boulders, and the sun would hit it and it would just shine from the hitting the different gemstones. And it had, in that mountain range, there was a path that went up into it, and there were 3 caves with waterfalls in front of them that became part of a pilgrimage that everyone would take at least once in their life. And that pilgrimage in those 3 caves ended up becoming a meditation, a guided meditation that I used later. But it was a really fun world to role play using 2nd edition rules for D&D. I think I even posted the campaign online at one point. So somebody wanted to do a deep dive and research Dragonslair, spelled Dragonslair. That was how it is spelled. Campaign. They might be able to find the maps and information about the campaign. It's been like 30 years, so I have no idea whether it's still available online or not. But it was fun. And off and on, 10 or 20 people got involved with that game. And the things that happened while we were gaming often ended up being inspiration for the story that I was writing about Dragonslair. I never published it. I wrote several other stories related to Dragonslair, different planets that were created by the same deity that had made Dragonslair in her universe. Those were not published either. I wasn't good enough. And I knew it. But they became things that we could run campaigns and enjoy. I think sometimes that was one of the things I really missed about playing tabletop role-play games. Was I create these wonderful worlds. I have all these wonderful worlds in my head. And when I create them and I make the maps and everything, and I bring other people in to enjoy them, I get a lot of joy in doing that. It's like now, the things I do now that I share with you, my junk journals and my reborn dolls and my paintings and crochet. I enjoy doing all those things, but I really enjoy sharing them with you. And I'd like to hear from you guys and know about the things that make you have joy in your world. So anyway, that's it for now. I just kind of wanted to check in and talk about what I was doing, even before it was D&D and even before it was old school. I was doing this sort of thing. I had this vivid imagination when I was younger, and I was always coming up with these fantasy worlds and get a bunch of toy soldiers and set of dice and role play and just by myself even. But I enjoyed doing it. I had fun doing it. When I had people and when I didn't have people, it was just something I did and enjoyed. What did you do when you were younger that you still enjoy now? Oh well, have a good day, and I'll talk at y'all later. Love y'all.